Today we're going to talk about thirst traps, specifically Ben Shelton thirst traps. The young American tennis star has a powerhouse serve and a rising career, but there's something going on off the court that's causing a lot of chatter online. And no, it's not just his incredible athleticism. It's all about these TikTok thirst traps that are flooding the internet.
And can I just say, what do you want to do?
Someone else got to grab the mic. I'm not talking to you.
President Business stole the Craggle, the most powerful object in the universe.
Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
Well, I'm of the opinion things are getting a little out of hand. Today's Hot Take Tennis, we're talking about Ben Shelton and those TikTok thirst traps. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because today we're diving into a topic that's been making waves in the world of tennis and social media. Ben Shelton, TikTok, and how this tennis star has become the center of some very, let's say, intense attention. So Ben Shelton has quickly risen through the ranks of professional tennis. He's got one of the best serves on tour, a fearless attitude, and it's really no surprise that he's becoming one of the most talked about names on the ATP Tour. He's young, talented, and definitely someone to keep an eye on as he climbs higher in the sport. But there's something else that's been capturing everyone's attention recently, and it's all happening on social media, especially TikTok. So here's the deal. TikTok, being the platform it is, has turned into a space where athletes, especially those like Ben Shelton, are gaining massive popularity, which is great. Great for the sport of tennis, great for the athletes, brings them revenue, things like that. But as we all know, it's kind of become not just about their talent anymore. And the internet has a knack for, let's say, emphasizing certain physical attributes. So that's where things get a little interesting, or, depending on how you look at it, a little uncomfortable. TikTok has become flooded with videos turning Ben Shelton into, well, let's say a thirst trap sensation. It's not just about admiring his tennis skills anymore. No, people, women and men, are very focused on other things. From slow motion clips to zoomed in shots of him flexing or serving, to clips of him taking his shirt off, to women reacting to him playing on court, and the comments are just diabolical. But let's talk about the comments, because this is where things get pretty awkward. Hundreds of thousands of people are leaving comments, and some of them, let's say, way more than just compliments on his game. There's a ton of sexually charged and sometimes, well, downright inappropriate comments flooding under these videos. Now, I get it. Ben Shelton's a fit, attractive, rich athlete, and it's totally normal to admire him. But I think there's a fine line between appreciation and objectification. And sometimes it feels like that line is being crossed in these comment sections. I mean, some of the things being said are borderline cringeworthy, and it's definitely not something that you'd expect to see under a professional athlete's profile. What's a bit unsettling is that these comments aren't just isolated incidents. It's part of a larger trend where athletes, especially young ones, get turned into these internet fame machines without really having control over it. Sure, Ben is an adult, but he's a very young adult, and the pressure of constantly being objectified online can't be easy, especially when you're just trying to focus on your career and win matches. And let's be real, no one, no matter how fit or famous they are, deserves to be reduced to just their looks. Ben Shelton is out there working hard, training, and putting in the hours to become one of the best in the game. But for some reason, obviously, a lot of people can't seem to get past the eye candy aspect of it all. I think this whole situation is a symptom of a much bigger problem that we see across the internet today. How quickly we can turn people into objects for our own entertainment. And yes, TikTok is definitely guilty of this, but we've seen it with athletes, influencers, and celebrities across all platforms. I think sometimes we need to ask ourselves, where do we draw the line? We need to remember that these athletes are humans first. They have careers, goals, ambitions outside of just their physical appearance. So maybe, just maybe, we should think twice before leaving comments that focus more on their looks than their talent or achievements. It's time we show a little more respect. But what do you think? Is the internet taking things too far with Ben Shelton? Should athletes like him be seen as more than just internet eye candy? Or are these just harmless, fun videos that people are gonna do regardless of the player? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.